So information architecture, or IA, what is it? Why would a business need it? Well, first and foremost, let's define what information architecture is. It has nothing to do with building buildings. Really, it's very simple. You have an idea that you want to share. You have something you want to communicate. And what information architecture does is it takes all of that communication and presents it in a way that is understandable. So it's not really difficult to understand the concept of information architecture, but I don't want to imply that it's not complex. It can be very complex because we live in a complex world. So one of the ironies of living in the information age is that we're inundated with information. And because of that, we have to compete against all of the noise that's happening right now in our world and through all the media that we get through the internet, television, whatever that medium may be. We're inundated with messaging and noise. And so we not only have to kind of compete to get our message heard or pop to the forefront, but we also have to get the important information that your prospects, customers, and so forth are looking for. You need to present that in a way that's easy for them to understand so that it's not buried in your own information as well. And so there's noise not only externally, but also there's noise that happens when you communicate and you want to kind of get a core message to the forefront. So a business would need this if they're really wanting to be self-aware. I think that's an important thing for any business, is to be self-aware. Self-awareness isn't an awareness of what you think about yourself as a business, but what self-awareness really is an awareness of what other people think about you and how you present information. Information architecture is all about thinking about your target audience, what their biases are, what their desires are, where they're coming from. The best salespeople know this. You have to understand where they're coming from. And information architecture forces you to do this, or good information architecture forces you to do this, so that you can analyze your messaging and how it's conveyed to somebody else. So really it's about taking a lot of stuff and presenting it in a way that's palatable, that people can absorb. So some examples of information architecture in the website realm, it would be the navigation structure of the website. Information architecture is the wayfinding signage that you find at the mall, or the directory that you see at the mall. It's the table of contents in your favorite nonfiction book. It's everywhere. And even though the term information architecture is quite new and modern, relatively speaking, the concept of information architecture has been around since people have been trying to share things. And so it's very much ingrained in the human experience. It's about being intentional about that. And so for a business, if you want to maximize your effectiveness, you have to understand who you're talking to. You have to understand the message that you're telling and how that's being conveyed in a way that makes sense. It really is soul-searching. And I think that it is a very worthwhile investment for any organization at some level, at some time, in some way.